So after teasing a new ROG Ally a couple of weeks ago, we're here at Asus HQ in Taiwan to check out the new ROG Ally X. Let's go. All right, somewhere here in this sea of people, and I think that's where it is. And let me just try to sneak my way to get a view of the new ROG Ally X. And there it is. If you thought that the ROG Ally X was just a refresh, well, you're right. Kind of. It's true that it has the same Z1 Extreme processor, but they've increased the RAM from 16 to 24 gigabytes and they're using a higher clock speed now, and they've doubled the battery life from 40 watt hours to 80 watt hours by tweaking the internals for longer gaming sessions. So I'm back in my Airbnb and I don't know how long that will translate into actual gaming hours. I'm guessing around 4 to 5, but we'll really check once we have the unit on hand and we really get to review it. And because they had to make room for the bigger battery, Asus also had to rethink the cooling system for the Ally X. They made the fans smaller but added more fan blades, allowing for 24% better airflow according to their claims. So I'm really wondering if they address the issues of the micro SD cards kind of melting. We'll see. There are also a few key improvements to overall ergonomics with the Ally X, with slightly beefier grips, redesigned shoulder buttons, and the back buttons that have made smaller to address accidental presses. And just for comparison, this is the original Ally, and you can see it is much larger, and I'd have pressed this accidentally. The guys at Asus also claim that the lifespan of the joysticks have been more than doubled, going from 2 million cycles to 5 billion cycles, so you can rage a little bit harder, I guess. They also changed the D-pad a little bit. They're a little bit more pronounced. I don't know if that's gonna do anything significant gaming-wise, but yes, the D-pad has also been redesigned. Aside from that, they also readjusted the positioning of the analog sticks a little bit so you can have quote-unquote better reach, as so they claim. So this is something I really noticed when I got back to the Airbnb and had the original Ally in hand. You can see that the positioning of the buttons were a little lower compared to the analog sticks, so what I said was wrong. They repositioned the buttons and the D-pad, not the analog sticks. But yes, better reach. So aside from that, they also changed the SSD to, I think, the 2230, so it's widely available. You don't have to look for those tiny SSDs anymore. So upgrading the storage for the Ally X will be a lot easier. So in a nutshell, same processor, AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme for this one, same 7-inch display, bigger battery life, again from 40 watt hours to 80 watt hours, more RAM, 16 gigabytes to 24 gigabytes, higher clock speed, better airflow, or so they claim. We'll see when we get the full review. Better ergonomics overall. It is slightly heavier thanks to that bigger battery, but again, should have better ergonomics. It still felt really light, as in compared to the Ally X. Or compared to the original Ally, it's barely noticeable. So the price for the ROG Ally X is $799 USD, or around 48,000 pesos when converted. In my opinion, if you have the original Ally with the Z1 Extreme chip, I don't think you have to upgrade. For battery life, you can just buy a power bank to address that situation. And again, more RAM, 24 gigabytes. I don't think that's going to be a big thing in a massive way when it comes to gameplay. So unless you're coming from like the Z1, or if this is your first time or you've been thinking about getting the ROG Ally, maybe wait for this one. But again, I would hit the pause button because we don't have reviews yet, and then the hands-on experience with the Ally X was very controlled. We didn't get to play with it for a very long period of time, and I guess I want to test it out, or at least see other reviews to really know if there are any hidden issues that might have come with the, re-tetrising of the body because of the bigger battery. For the bigger battery alone, maybe consider it, given that the price point is like 4,000 pesos more. Hopefully they keep to within the same price point when it arrives in the Philippines. But yeah, hit the pause button, wait on it. But if you already have the original Z1 Extreme Ally, then you can pass on the Ally X, or at least that's my opinion. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you haven't already. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.